What is up, Saltcasters? Welcome to episode 13. We just interviewed Senzo from Team SRG, SandRock Gaming, as our first Middle Eastern pro on the podcast. And this is a very hyped team that a lot of people want to know some stuff about, so I think it's a really good episode. We discuss how the team is formed, what it's like to be beating top teams in the world on high ping, and also what it's like to be a squishy fanboy. Hope you guys enjoy the episode. All right. Saltcast episode 13. Senzo, what are you salty about?
Obviously not being able to play RLCS for 5 years.
Okay, right off the bat, we're getting into it.
I know.
That's like, out of all of the things that people have started off by saying they're salty about, that's definitely a pretty good answer, though.
Yeah, maybe the most legitimate.
Absolutely, yeah. Like, most people are like, nothing really, but yeah, Senzo just straight away, no hesitation, salty about this, guys. You should know about it by now. But yeah, we're going to talk about that for sure later on. We'll get into that. But how do we want to? Where do you want to start, Matt? With the basics?
Well,
Senzo is allowed to share or withhold any and all information that he wants to, of course. Just to let you know, Senzo. None of these questions are must be answered. You're allowed to tell us whatever you want.
Basically, what Johnny means is we're not cops, so it's cool.
But if we were, then I'd be the bad cop for sure. I'd
definitely
be the bad.
Yeah. How did you get your start in Rocket League? I'm not really sure about that personally.
Well, I started playing Rocket League around, I think, late 2015-ish. I was like anyone else, just playing the game, not knowing where I'd be today. There's not much to say, but I'm just happy where I am at the moment. So, yeah.
Okay.
Matt, 1 second. Maybe you want to turn me down.
I have, yeah. That's what I'm doing.
Up. Okay, yeah. Just put me way down.
We can't hear him. He's so quiet. Muted.
Yeah, just put me
Thank you.
Muted. Not muted, that's not true. Yeah, drop my volume all the way down. They don't want to hear me anyway.
Yeah, that's true. I feel the same.
That's a good question from chat, though, by the way. Why is his English so good? Senzo, why is your English so good?
It's actually, no, I'm just a beginner, but I'm learning every day at a time. So,
How is it for your teammates? Because they've never done any interviews. I've interviewed Senzo a few times post-match in the past. Done a few post-match interviews, and everybody's like, wow, Senzo's English is so amazing. But then your teammates... Ahmad and Khaled they don't do interviews. Are they actually good English speakers as well, but they just want to keep it a secret so they don't have to do interviews and you have to keep doing them?
I don't think Ahmad's English is pretty good, but I think Khaled can speak as well. But he's shy about it, and he doesn't want to go to the public. So yeah.
Okay. That's fair.
One day.
That's fair. Actually, I think a great place to start would just be to teach a couple of guys how to properly pronounce everybody's names and see how good we struggle with it.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait, you want me to pronounce their name?
Yeah. Which one do we start with?
Definitely the hardest, which is Ahmed. My name also, by the way.
Yeah, I saw that.
You're also a different spelling though.
No, it's the same. But I think
it's the same.
It's the same. Yeah.
Why is it different on Wikipedia? You're with an E and then Ahmed is with an A.
I don't know, I'm just as confused as you, to be honest. I don't know.
Wikipedia, why you do this to us? I was like, wow, look at that. They're both unique spellings, but no, it's just the same. Never mind. So wait, how do you say it? What is the exact pronunciation of your name?
Yeah, say we're chilling. We're chilling in Riyadh. We meet up at a cafe, and I'm like, hey, I'm Matt, and Johnny's like, I'm Johnny, and then
I would say, no, not Ahmad.
Yes, good one. So how would you say your name?
You have to pronounce the H way too deeply. Like you have to say ha instead of H. I know it's hard, but
yeah, it's the back of the throat part, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Ahmad.
Yeah, you know you pronounce the ha as well if you're Dutch as well. So
okay.
It's kind of hard.
Yeah, it's especially hard for me as well. I know Dutch, German, any of those kind of people will probably find it very hard because ha is a sound in their language, and it's a sound in traditional Scottish as well that I learned when I was younger. So every time I try and do the deep H sound, I can't do it. I say ha by accident. So it's very difficult.
Ahmad.
Very hard.
Is that good or
Trying
bad?
though.
Yeah, I mean,
Not great.
I can
Good.
take it. Yeah, I can. Thank you, guys. Yeah, I gotta be honest.
Yeah, I want you to be honest, man. I want you to be honest. My girlfriend is Lebanese, so I know like a few words from Lebanese Arabic that cross over. Like, we played with in Civic one time, and I was just like sort of going through the words I know. Like, so I think the only one though, like, well, yalla, but also like khalas.
Okay, nice. You're doing it good.
Yeah. So I know khalas. That's about it.
So wait, what? So you think that your name is harder than Khaled's name? How do you say that?
As I said, my name is pronounced the H deep, but Khalid you have to say Khalid. No,
Khalid.
if you're
Khaled.
if you're Dutch, then it's easy, I think.
Oh wait, so this
Khaled.
is actually a different sound entirely. It's not the same sound at all.
Yeah, like most people say Khalid, but it's like Khalid actually.
Khaled.
Khalid.
Yeah. Oh, you did it
Khalas.
good actually. Wow.
Khalid.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Didn't expect that, but I'll take it. Not going to say it again because I'll probably mess
Wait, I
it
think
up.
he was talking to me. Who was he talking to?
No.
Johnny.
Which one? Who did it better?
Johnny for sure. When he's pronounced Khalid.
Oh
But yeah,
man.
this is more like the sound I was telling you about that I always mispronounce what I'm trying to say. Ahmad. I can't do that because I always say kha, but apparently that's how you're supposed to say Khalid, so it's a bit easier.
Yeah,
I'll try
exactly.
it. Just gonna go and listen to these videos. You know, how do you pronounce so and so, and then it's just some weird robotic woman's voice in YouTube telling you how to pronounce it, and it might or may not be right. But yeah, that's actually pretty interesting. Didn't realize that you had the exact same name as Ahmed. Did you think, oh, he's stolen my name when you saw his name in game? You're like, is this guy for real? He's taken my name and he's branded it, and now he's twitch.tv/Ahmed, which by the way is pretty crazy, right? It's quite a popular name, isn't it? And he's literally
exactly.
twitch.tv/Ahmed, which is mad. How did he get that? It's like twitch.tv/Jesse. How is Jesse?
Yeah, what?
The
How did
Jesse.
that happen?
Yeah, I've got a
When he's
dumb
not Jesse.
underscore in my name. It's ridiculous. Never gonna get Johnny. So okay, I wanted to ask you, like, what is something that we might not know? Life in Saudi Arabia, KSA, being brought up there. What was it like, and how might it differ from what people are more used to in the West? USA and Europe. What might we not know about that Senzo does?
Besides how to pronounce H's.
Besides that, yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't go outside that often, but the
Same.
most like.
Okay, we have that in common.
Same.
I mean, like before COVID too, but the most obvious thing was like the weather. For sure, the weather. It's like always the sunny in Saudi Arabia. Like even like 3 a.m. It's like 30
It's
degrees.
sunny
I think.
at 3 a.m.
No, I mean like the degrees. No, I mean the degrees like 30 degrees
Yeah.
at 3 a.m.
Wow.
But it's always
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's absolutely crazy. Yeah, so I remember I was talking to Civic, and he says when it rains, you guys all go out and like celebrate. And I'm like, wow, you should come to Scotland.
Yeah.
You guys would have a great time. You guys would be celebrating
Exactly.
every day. It's like we need to find somewhere in the middle that has the best of both worlds. Actually, Matt, where you used to say is pretty much in the middle, isn't it? LA is like quite great climate usually.
Yeah, LA is sick for weather. It's awesome. It's like mid-20s all the time. I mean, most of the time, I'd say.
And so it would be wearing a thick jacket in mid-20s. It's like, this is freezing. This is just the coldest I've ever been. That was actually who was it? It was the Australians I've met are very much like that. They're all just like shivering in 5 or 6 degrees, and everybody else from Scotland are like, yeah, this is normal. It's crazy. It's small difference in temperature. Just different people, different backgrounds, all have different reactions. Yeah, what's it like gaming in Saudi Arabia though? Like, is there a big scene? Is there a growing scene for video games in general?
Yeah, I mean, besides they're not giving out as of the price pool, then I mean, yeah, they're doing it good. Like when setting up the LAN and streaming, but I'm not sure about giving up like the prize pool to the players because there were like I think 2 tournaments in Saudi Arabia, one in Jeddah and the other one in I think Riyadh or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So we won, and they did not give us our prize pool, but it kind of sucks to be honest. But I hope for the best in the future.
So are you just like, well, not going to play their tournaments again?
No, I mean it's kind of fun. Besides like the tournament, I love to like meet up with my friends and my teammates as well. So and the other point is like playing a tournament, trying to get used to the stage, in case if we got RLCS at some point.
True, very true. That's a good point. So you how many times have you guys gone to play tournaments with the full team? your current full team SRG?
Well, actually, I only met Khaled because they were never like a 3s tournament in Saudi Arabia. So like it was a 2v2 one in Jeddah. So me and Khaled had to play because Ahmed is like way too far like from Jeddah. So it was me and Khaled in one of the tournament. It was like 2 tournaments, I think. The one in Riyadh, which Khaled and Ahmed like were the closest. So yeah, they played it. Then kind of got the dubs.
So Ahmed, is he further away? Is he like more south? Is that why his ping's worse? He always has the worst ping.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, yeah,
He has the worst ping.
Khaled gets like really good ping actually. He gets like better ping than most pretty much any US East players playing on Europe servers. He gets better ping than a lot of RLCS US West players do playing on the RLCS servers that are in US East. Some of them get like 90s. Like Khaled's just rocking up to EU servers with like 78 or something. It's not bad. It's actually
exactly.
pretty good. But then there's more to it than the ping, of course. I've watched your guys' streams and I'm like, what on earth is going on? I don't know how you guys can play this game, but I think we'll go into that later as well. That's definitely a topic that I have to talk about sometimes.
At what point in time, like in your Rocket League journey, did you decide to start taking things seriously, and like why?
When I think 3 years ago, when we were allowed to play in RLCS Europe, I was like 1 to 2 years away from qualifying, but I couldn't, and it firmly motivated me to become pro and play the game even more. Actually, now SandRock made the new rules that Middle East can no longer play in RLCS Europe, which strongly devastated me in every single Middle Eastern player, to be honest.
So season 3, you were allowed to play.
Yeah, and I was like 1 series away from qualifying, I think, to the main event.
Who were you teaming with at that point?
They were not Khaled and Ahmed, but it was like friends of mine.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah, I think season 3 was quite a long time ago, and I know you teamed with Khaled and Ahmed for 2 years or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So, did they try and qualify as well, or was it just you who tried to qualify for RLCS?
No, I don't think so. They haven't tried it.
Oh, interesting. What about the players that you were playing with in season 3? Do they still play? Are they still competing?
No, I don't know, to be honest. I'm still not in contact with them, but I think they stopped playing the game because they're not paying attention to us. I mean, 7x, to be honest, before the kickoff. I mean.
Oh, it was you and 2 other KSA players in that team who tried to qualify?
Yeah, most of them. I was like in a clan with 11 members, so they were trying to play. But yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Interesting.
So that you just got into Rocket League the usual way, like everybody else. But were you following the competitive scene much? Did you watch RLCS season 1, 2? What kind of players and teams were you looking up to and trying to play like, or what? Maybe you're running into people in ranked. Who were you trying to be the next version of?
Well, at first, definitely Squishy Muffins. I've always been a fan of him, the way he plays, and his mindset is too good. I've always tried to become like him back then, and still. I also been watching his videos from 3 years ago. So
I thought you were going to say Jesse, because I know you're a big viewer of Jesse stream, but then that's
besides Jesse, of course, man. You know what I mean? Besides Jesse.
I don't think you can get 2 players that are more opposites between Squishy and Jesse and how they play the game. But you're big fans of both sides of the spectrum, I suppose.
Yeah, definitely.
So you're a fan of Squishy then and now. Are there any other players that you're trying to emulate or that you look up to now as well?
I mean, if I want to be try to become one of the players, it has to be from NRG. I mean, these guys are too good as a team and as an individual too. So yeah, it has to be one of them. Besides Squishy and Jesse, of course.
I love it. Besides Squishy and Jesse. So is that what SRG are trying to be? You're trying to be the other version, this play like NRG do?
Yeah, because I think their play style is all of the 3 of them trying to play way too aggressive. So we're trying to do the same. I mean, it's hard if we don't practice, you know what I mean? Because we don't have purpose to play the game. So yeah, we're trying, but it has, to be honest. It's just too hard.
That's interesting. But yeah, you played with, like I said, Ahmed and Khaled for just over 2 years. You were Oshtec Warriors, then you became SRG. How did that happen? How did you become SandRock Gaming with in Civic?
Well, I think he was donating to anyone else, and he was like, I will donate to Oshtec Warriors because they are the only good team in the Middle East, and he was trying to support us. And then he, I think, contacted them and that he wanted, if you guys interested to be on my team, and I was like, and we were like, okay, yeah, sure, let's try it, because beside the contract, I think it was better in SRG. So we try to like move it forward with the new team.
That's a pretty long time. How many teams have been together for longer than 2 years? There's this running duo, I think. Like Squishy and Gimmick were the longest duo, and now I think it's JNaps and Rizzo maybe. As 2 players, but to have 3 players be the same team, I don't know. Is there a longer duo than 2 years, Twitch chat? I don't know if there is. Or a longer trio, because you guys teamed in 19th September 2018, over 2 years ago, and you've not changed teams since, right?
Yeah, and actually, me and Ahmed were like in a team like before that, before like we team with Khaled, or actually before the Ahmed and Khaled team up. So it's
Okay,
like
you were
gonna
teamed
be
with
me.
Ahmad, then he teamed with
Yeah,
Khaled, then he was like, yo, we need to get this full squad together. These are the 2 players I want to team with.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right, Ahmed was the glue. He was the one who got everybody together. I feel like for me, Ahmed was the original Middle East player, the first one that I really noticed, because he stream snipe Scrub Killer in 1v1? I feel like he did. Maybe
When was
not
that?
stream snipe. Oh, years ago. I feel like he, if not stream snipe, then I think he just kept on matching up against Scrub in 1v1 in ranked, and then he beat him a few times. The Scrub Killer called him out for a show match on my stream, and that was the first time that I heard about any player from the Middle East being that good. And he was very good. He actually took, I think he took Scrub to game 5.
Yeah. I think that's the first time I remember encountering any Middle Eastern players as well.
Which is crazy because nobody from any other region than Europe and North America was that good at the time. The OCE guys were not at that level. The South American scene hadn't really developed at all. That was a more recent thing. And this guy Ahmed from Saudi Arabia with 100 ping is like actually beating very, very good European players on the European server. I was like, what? And then, yeah, of course, Khaled came along, and Ahmed and Khaled were like the best 2v2 team I'd ever seen. I was like, what is this? And then Senzo, I was like, wait, they've got a third good player. What is going on here? Like, yeah, what was it like from your side? Because you obviously knew these guys the whole time, but were you all just trying to get your name out there, or just gaming and not really bothered by what happens?
Yeah, I mean, like we knew like once we team up and had like a shot at some kind of sort of tournaments, and we're like getting too good. Like real, I think we secured top 3 in some good tournaments. I don't know the name, but we know like we have potential if we like keep up like as a team and try to scrim and practice together. So yeah, I think here we are after beating like one of the best teams of the world, if not the best. Vitality, Dignitas, not to mention. So yeah.
Yeah, in the European Invitational, where you took second, you beat Vitality, beat Dignitas, beat Singularity twice, and then only to lose to them in the grand final. But I think that was the tournament where everybody realized that you were really good. Because before then, I think your teammates said there was quite a lot of hype around them. Khaled because of 1v1, and then Ahmed because he had been around. He was the original, I think. But then you also gained a lot of hype from the European Invitational. Did it seem like that for you as well?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So, what was it like being the third? Was there pressure? Because your 2 teammates are getting a lot of praise and you're not getting as much. Was there pressure, or were you just chilling, happy
No,
to be the third player?
no, I'm just chilling. To be honest, I don't pay attention to the media when it comes like to negative comments and all. But yeah, I'm just trying to do my best as a third man, and hopefully we can catch the dubs and try not to throw, I guess.
What's your team dynamic like, actually? What is like, what is each do you guys have a team captain, or like, a player captain in general, who calls the strats? What are your comms like? I think we're really curious to know more about how you guys play together.
Well, everyone is captain in the team, that's for sure. No one's
Nice.
like specific captain. Sometimes like when we lose or something, we always try to be, since like we don't have a coach and most of the majority of the coaches are like English, so it's hard for them to understand what we're saying. So yeah, most of the times, me personally, I watch like NRG videos and try to copy what they're saying, the strategies, and I told them to, the boys, and sometimes they tell us as a team, to do, to say what to do, like try to play passive, etc, etc. Try to play aggressive. We're trying to coach each other in general. So yeah, it's kind of difficult though, but we're trying our best.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So,
Do you feel like you guys?
Well-
Sorry, Johnny. Do you feel like you guys have roles? Like, player types? Like, do you expect Ahmad to just like go off and like Khaled to play very like solid? Like, what are the expectations you have for each other?
Ahmed is like, I think is the leader when it comes to like playing in the offense and Khaled in the defense, and I like rule the midfield and try to pass, and we all play like the same roles. Like Ahmed, everyone has to like defend and play offense and also in the midfield. So,
Sure.
but in general, Ahmed is catching the offense, me in the mid, and Khaled in defense for sure.
Okay, interesting.
So in that case, you are the squishy muffins of the team because recently, well, Justin obviously leads the attack for NRG, no question. So Ahmed and Justin, quite a lot of similarities there. Actually, they're both pretty crazy with how they play. And then Garrett, he's the brains of the operation, the defensive guy. But yeah, when Squishy first joined the team, I think he tried to be the defensive guy, and it wasn't really working out that well. Then he moved up into the middle of the field. You probably saw SRG videos, and he was like, "Yeah, I need to do what Senzo's doing. I need to get into the
It's
middle."
the opposite. It's the opposite way.
Yeah, another looking like a very scary team. I think when NRG do play at their best, when they don't tilt, they're probably the best team. But they've been tilting quite often recently. I don't know what it is, but they'll just, one thing will go wrong and then they just crumble. They just completely fall apart. But they're quite a new team, really. Not you guys are more of a established team, but still looking to get experience in that high level competition. I wanted to ask about the European Invitational because that was the first like really high level competition that I saw you guys play in, and it was really impressive, going undefeated all the way to the final. But then I know it might be painful to bring up these memories, but what happened in the final when you guys were the favorites to win the whole thing? Had a 1-game advantage in a best of 9 against Singularity, who you've already beaten twice in this tournament in close series, and then you guys just couldn't get your gameplay going that day, and it fell apart, and you lost 5 games in a row. What was that like from the playing perspective?
Well, I mean, sometimes you just can't play the way you want to do. It happens. You get a good days and the bad ones in Rocket League, and they have like a decent coach. I think it was I forgot the name, but he was from Australia, and I don't know. I think I'm not trying to make excuses. No, they played good and happy for them, but like I don't know. I think we were in a slump. Like we were literally shut down. Like our comms were bad. I don't know. Everything felt off, to be honest. So that's why we lost. I think we didn't win even a single game. Even the day before, we like we literally beat them. You know what I mean? Like it was nothing. It was like easy peasy. But the next day, we didn't win even a single game. So yeah, I mean, I think we were in a slump. It happens all the time. But yeah, I think congrats to them. And yeah.
Yeah, it was still a great tournament, though. I mean, second place in a tournament containing every RLCS team in Europe at the time and all the best rival series teams. That's pretty good because I think you guys, your thing was always to prove that you belonged in that conversation, and not you weren't. I don't think I've ever heard you guys say that. Let us play RLCS. We'll beat all of these noobs. It's always like let us play RLCS because we're in this group of teams. We can all beat each other. So that was, I think, proof of that. Even though a lot of the RLCS teams are saying, it's just the European Invitational, we're not taking it seriously. So, I'm flying up for an aerial, I'm thinking about what I'm going to do in RLCS at the weekend. That's nonsense. They were try-harding, they were sweating, and they were losing. They got beaten by the better team, a lot of them, and it was great games. I think, like, besides the results, I think a lot of people, fans online, like the way that you guys play with the aggressive style. I think it's just a very fun style to watch. Are you ever thinking about that at all? Are you trying to play a style that's fun to watch, or are you just going for the wins?
No, we always try our best to win. To prove everyone that we are like capable of beating the best. But yeah, our like main style is to play aggressive, all of the 3 of us, and try to play as a team. Passing players. But like the main thing is to play all of us, the 3 of us as a team in the offense, especially. Just destroying their defense and trying to score. But the most important thing is to win, to catch the dubs. It's all the important thing, in my opinion.
Do you
Have
think?
You ever wanted? Oh, sorry, go Matt.
I was gonna say, do you think that like the ping disadvantage that you guys have makes that playstyle necessary? Can you play really passive and laid back on EU servers, or is it more difficult to do?
Well, it depends on the opponents first.
Mm.
For sure, the ping advantage is painful, and sometimes it's hard to win against the team because we have higher ping. But yeah, sometimes like if the opponent is like playing too aggressive, then we have to like do the same. Not if they're shutting us down, then we have to do the same. We have to like letting them be in their net and trying to steal all their columns, you know. But
Mhm.
like, yeah, I think the big advantage is like kind of painful, and sometimes you lose because of it. So yeah.
Have you ever played on lower ping before? Have you ever experienced it?
Yeah, in a Middle Eastern tournament, yeah.
What's the how much of a difference is it? How fresh is it? How fun is that?
Well, it was fun, but I think everything was slow. I don't know how to explain it, but it was slow. And when I demo someone, I literally can't feel it, which is good. Like, but when I demo someone on 100 ping, I literally move on and fly in the air for some reason. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, that's funny. It's definitely different. I mean, like I'll sometimes, lag one time in a game, and then I'll be thinking, yeah, the server sucks. I lagged once. You guys lag on every single 50-50, every single like kickoff, every single demo. Every time that there's like a slight touch on the ball where the server's not sure if they hit it or not, it's like, yep, that's big lag, big time lag on your guys' screens. But if people don't believe me, just go watch Senzo's stream. You'll see every touch, every 50-50, the ball will go that way, then it changes its mind and goes the other way. It's just what they have to put up with. It makes it even more impressive, I think. But 3v3, it's crazy because of how fast the ball can change direction. But one of the craziest things about Middle East ping is I have no idea how Khaled can be so good at 1v1 with high ping. Because if anyone's ever played 1v1 with high ping, it is the most infuriating experience that you'll ever have in Rocket League, I think. It is so annoying. It is so annoying when you don't even have a teammate to back you up when you lose a 50-50 that you think you won. But Senzo, have you ever tried ones? Have you ever been inspired to play 1v1 because of Khaled's success? I know Ahmad does sometimes play 1v1 and he gets very high rated, but are you just not at all interested in that?
I mean, I used to be that once a player. And I
Oh
used
yeah?
to like competing as scrub killer once. Like I lost by 1 or 2 goals. But am I lagging, by the way? My ping is at 800.
No. Oh, you're fine.
Yeah. Smash. Yeah, I was saying I forgot the question already. Fucking hell.
Just one. We're
What
talking
was it?
1v1. Were you ever? Well, you said you were a ones
Oh,
player, which is quite. It makes sense, I guess, because there's like half of the 1v1 leaderboard is players from Saudi Arabia. They're all just 1v1. Like, what is it? Why are there so many 1v1 players in KSA who are all insane, including
because
yourself formerly?
yeah, because honestly, I think as I said, we don't have like we're not allowed to play RLCS, so besides like playing the game, we don't have anything else. So I think most of them are trying to focus on getting to the top, try to make a name for themselves. So yeah, I think that's why they're playing ones and twos, but mainly ones. So
Yeah, it's undeniably a very good way to make a name for yourself. I mean, Khaled's got how many followers on Twitter, and he's never tweeted just because he's good at
yeah,
good at 1v1.
exactly. Yeah.
I
Just
think
because you get good at ones.
I think the only other Middle Eastern players that I know of or have heard of, I mean, Johnny, you know a lot more than I do, but are the ones that play ones outside of SRG, like Death, LFY.
Yeah, FY Alley.
FY Alley, yeah, exactly.
There is AMS as well.
Yep, who's in the chat.
AMS has been playing ones.
Lurking in the chat.
AMS, who started the facecam trend for all the Middle East streamers. We saw Ahmed streaming with facecam recently. Senzo, have you thought about it?
Well, I mean, I don't have good internet to do so, but I think I haven't considered about it. But maybe when we're allowed to play, or if we're like playing a LAN tournament, then maybe I will do a facecam stream, but not at the moment.
Mm-hmm. So yeah,
I don't know. It's not my thing. Yeah.
No, you're not. It's just it's all about the gameplay. That's the true Squishy fanboy right there. That's how it all started for Squishy.
Yeah, that's right.
You're like, no, I do a face reveal at X amount of subscribers. Then
you should leak a photo of someone else and say it's you. That's pretty fun. I remember when Cloud9 played. They might have been Muffin Men still when they played some LAN, and like people were sending around a picture of Gimmick, saying that it was Squishy at first. Do you remember this, Johnny? When this happened?
I don't remember that, but it makes sense because they do They did look very quite similar when they first played line, because they both had glasses. They both had long
and I don't
dark
think
hair,
anybody
they
had
both were
seen Gimmick
same height.
before. Gimmick was
they're
relatively unknown
yeah.
compared to Squishy at that moment. So
Oh, very much so. Yeah, you came out of nowhere and they just won a LAN. Yeah,
Yep.
it's a pretty crazy story. Um, yeah, Senzo, I was gonna ask about like the other Middle East. Well, I guess more recent tournaments, because we talked a little bit about European Invitational, how you succeeded there. You know, you guys played Fusion as well. You got third place, but mostly that was just Khaled playing 1v1.
Yeah.
And yeah, you guys just didn't have the best tournament there. But what was that like when you were watching that grand? Did you watch that grand final, Khaled versus Fairy Peak in 1v1?
Was it in the Fusion?
Yeah.
No, I think I slept then. I got devastated, man. What can I say? I got devastated.
Oh man, Khaled and Fairy are playing the best 1v1 of all time, and Senzo's sleeping.
Well, we tried our
That's
best
so
to win
funny.
against Dignitas, but I got frustrated. Man. I was like, let's just sleep. Fuck it. I'm not gonna win the tournament. So why bother watching Carrot second
Yeah,
place?
it's true. At that point, it was already the tournament was set in stone. All of the positions were finished. They were just playing for the 1v1. But hey, if you're ever bored, I would recommend going and watching it. That was definitely a fun one. But yeah, you played the Middle East kickoff. You got first place. You recently played Elemental Series. You got first place. That was against, there was quite a few teams from RLCS Season X in there. You played Nice Cactus September 2020. You got first place there. So yeah, it seems like you guys are back in form after a disappointing Fusion tournament. Where do you think you stack up right now compared to the other, or to the European teams? Where do you think you would who are you similar level to?
Well, I gotta be honest. I'm not optimistic. Like if we can compete against one of the best or like mid best in teams in Europe. But I don't know. I haven't been watching like the grid of the field that much lately, so I don't know. But as I said, we haven't been playing together. I think the last time we played was when we won the tournament, the Elemental Series thing, or the NASCAR, excuse me. But yeah, we're not practicing together because, as I said, we're not allowed to play. Like we don't have a purpose to play as a team at the moment. So yeah, I don't know. I think we gotta play Path for sure at the first.
Yeah, that makes sense. The practice is interesting to me because, like you say, you don't have any tournament to practice for, but how much do you guys practice when you do have a tournament coming up, like Elemental Series or like Nice Cactus or something? Is that, well, for that kind of tournament, do you guys like scrim or play rank together, or do you just go into the tournament and just see what happens?
Most of the times we just play the tournament without screaming because it's like a monthly tournament. It's not a biggie. But yeah, if it's like big tournaments like the TI, the Fusion, we always start to scrim before and on a daily basis. But yeah, if it's like the Nice Cactus or the Elemental Series, then we're not scrimming that often. It's like one time a week, I think, and we never play threes. So yeah,
Always 2v2.
yeah, 2v2. And me,
Yeah.
me and the other hand, they play side all the time. I think Carter and I would play most of the time together. Cheers. So yeah.
So you play with who?
Sometimes, most of the time, solo.
Okay.
With Pudi, the legend, the Middle Eastern beast.
Wait, sorry, what was that name? The name of the
Pudi. It's like Pudi 44.
Okay. There's
Most
someone
of
like,
yeah, you guys probably don't know him, but he's like a
no,
Middle
not
Eastern
at all.
beast.
So he's
Yeah.
another beast from the Middle East.
how do you say
What
beast
other?
in? Is it Wahash? Wahash?
Wahsh,
Wahash.
wahsh, yeah.
Wahash. See,
Wow,
yeah,
look
look
at
at
this
me, I'm
guy.
fluent.
You're improving, yeah.
Look at
Booty
that.
44. He's a real Wahash.
Booty. Booty 44. Oh man. What guy. So wait, what other insane players are there from the Middle East apart from SRG and Booty 44 that we don't know about?
In my opinion, when it comes like to mechanic, I think Abdulaziz, Abud, Ix, many players, they're just too good at mechanics. But like they're lacking of playing good as a team because, they don't have a purpose to play the game, honestly. Yeah, there are a lot of good teams to be fair. Players,
Yeah.
excuse me.
Yeah, well, I've seen a few of your guys' series. I watched a little bit of the Elemental series and Nice Cactus, and I mean, to be honest, it's like watching two teams from totally different levels when you look at just the mechanics alone. And I'm talking about some teams who have made RLCSX top 32 multiple times this split. And I watched them play against you guys. You look like you're way, way better than them mechanically. Not even close. It's just like you guys are faster, more efficient, and make better touches. But then obviously a lot of these teams, they have good synergy. They practice together a lot, so they rotate quite well. So the games end up being quite close. But do you think you guys would improve a lot even from where you are now if you practice more, got that synergy down and the positioning to be to a higher level?
Well, I mean, if you have a purpose to play, like as an RLCS or like more similar events, then we definitely can improve a lot when it comes to like rotating and positioning, especially in the defense. Our defense is not good, but because as I said, we're not. Why fix it when we have like no purpose of playing the game? Like, okay, just one tournament a day, then just lay down to the next month, hoping there will be a tournament. So yeah, we're lacking on it because, as I said, we don't have purpose to play the game at the moment.
You said you scrim like sometimes. What kind of teams do you scrim when if that's not a secret? If it's a secret, then obviously.
No, it's fine. Most of the time we scrim against I forgot the name, but I think RCD Espanol, Vodafone Giants. Yeah, we scrim against them all the time.
Oh wow,
that makes so much sense because when they burst onto the scene at the European Invitational, I was like, this is the only team who are playing as fast as SRG. They are playing the same fast style where they jump up early for every bounce, reading everything, aerialing everything, no fear, 3-man offense. And now they're actually really, really good. They're a top team in Europe. So you've been scrimming them the whole time, making them you're the secret practice partner for Vodafone Giants.
Yeah, we're trying to teach him how to bullshit a little bit because we have a different team.
You did a good job. Did a good job.
Definitely.
That would be an exciting series to watch. Actually, you guys should stream that sometime. Your scrims with Giants.
It did happen. It did happen one time in the European Invitational. I think it was 4-1 SRG won. Beat them 4-1. It wasn't very close at all. Actually, I mean, up until the grand final, SRD were just dominating the European Invitational. Then it just flipped the other way around. But yeah, Giants were definitely the team who were playing that same style. They still do kind of play that same style, except maybe a bit more defensive than you guys nowadays. When they get into attack, though, yeah, they're absolutely 3-man offense. Let's go. There's one question here that I was meaning to ask you guys, or to ask you to explain, because I can't remember when I heard about this, but it was a while after it had happened, apparently. But before RLCS Season X, SandRock Gaming, you saw the announcement for RLCS Season X, and you're thinking, okay, we can't play RLCS from Middle East again. But apparently Team Liquid were looking at picking you guys up as a team, moving you to Europe, and then in that case you would be able to play RLCS. How close was that to actually happening? Was this just like a pipe dream? As in, like, was that just a crazy idea, or was it? Were you guys really seriously considering this?
Yeah, we like fully thought about it, and I think when Team Liquid came to us, it was one of the biggest honor. But sadly, we had to decline due to the current pandemic in college. It was just hard for us to travel to their HQ and abroad. However, we want to thank them for their consideration and just want to tell them you're lucky for having the current Rocket League roster. They're insane, and I hope nothing but the best for them in their journey. But yeah, it was just an honor being like too good that a team like Liquid came to us and trying to like be on their team. It was just an honor.
Okay, another quick side topic here. Who did your media training? Because all the RLCS teams want to know. All the RLCS teams want to know who trained you to ask with these questions. My goodness, Senzo, you're good at this.
Look, most of the time I did it on my own, but shout out to Tweety. He's a friend of mine and also another beast in the Middle East. He helped me with like
another Wahash.
Another Wahash indeed.
Wow.
Yeah, he helped me a bit with the words I want to say. So
yeah, all the RLCS teams are probably going to be dropping in his DMs to get their players media training. Boy, do they need it. But that's crazy. So I mean, a lot of people might not understand how big of a thing it is, because obviously Turbo moved to North America to play RLCS over there. And I think in other esports, it's very normal for players to move between Europe and America and change regions. But Middle East to Europe is a pretty big, massive change, and like, why for you is that such a big life decision, a difficult thing to do? Because I know a lot of people might not understand the ins and outs of that.
Well, first, everyone knows that we're young and moving in a HQ abroad. Me personally, I've never been abroad or traveled, so everything was new to me. I know the current pandemic, as I said, in college, it was so hard for me and for my teammates to travel. So otherwise, I think we would have tried at least to play or like get used to the play side of the Europe team, and especially competing against them with like low ping. So yeah, it was just an honor, and sadly we had to decline.
Yeah.
And the
But
lowest of ping, because Team Liquid's house is in the Netherlands, right?
yeah, exactly. And
So
shout
you
out
would
to
have had
Piranha for
4
fucking it up.
ping. 8
Yeah,
ping. It would have been, oh man. Can you
yeah, it would have
imagine
been nice.
Senzo on 4 ping? The server in his fridge. You're not gonna have a chance. It's
Exactly.
maybe one for the future. I mean, COVID's making everybody's life quite difficult right now, but it's temporary. So maybe in the future. It's in Utrecht. Okay, Utrecht is where Team Liquid's house is apparently. Still, Netherlands is quite small, so I'm sure the ping's very low.
I think Speed told us that.
He did? Oh,
Yeah.
I'm so forgetful, man.
Yeah, that's 2 episodes ago or something, 3 episodes ago.
Yeah,
Crazy.
it was recent for sure. Yeah, Senzo. I've got this theory that the Middle East players seem to be more competitive and mechanical than OCE, SAM, and Asia, the other non-major regions, because you guys get to play ranked on the EU servers every day. Do you think that is related? Do you think that might be why?
When it comes to all.
For just mechanics and for being competitive, because the South American players, they kind of have to play on their own server for the most part, because they get, I think, 140, 150 ping in US East. So I know a few of them try it, but it's a bit much. It's a bit too much to be competitive. And Australia, they can't even. Australia and Asia, they're like, what do we even do? You know, their ping's like 200 plus if they try and play on US East servers, so they don't even bother. They just have to play on their own servers, and it kind of, I think, it prevents them from matching up against top tier competition. But yeah, you guys get to play against the European players all the time. How much of an advantage is that in ranked?
Well, I mean, it's definitely a disadvantage that we play high ping against someone with like 8 ping or 12 ping, because we have to cautious, in order to know, because you will the pool will get through you, and things will happen. So that's why I think most or majority of the Middle Eastern players are cautious. But yeah, I'm confident with my region, and we have so many potential decent players that just having a motivation to get good as a team. But in terms of individual mechanics and all, they're too good. We have too many good players, and we're just waiting from Psyonix, to announce the RLCS, and people will have a motivation to get good as a team. And I'm confident with time we'll be so good as a region and as a team too. So yeah.
I think that you guys and what you've done with SRG has definitely earned the respect of a lot of the top European competition. So, I mean, when that day comes, if it does come, then I don't think you guys are going to be at a shortage for scrim partners and practice partners from top level EU teams. Because I think if they're paying attention, they should want to practice against.
Oh, I'm sure they're tired of each other now as well. To be honest, you know what I mean? Like these new formats, they've been playing each other more than ever.
Yeah, I think they're going to be queuing up to play against Middle East teams because there's so much to learn from that new, the faster playstyle, the ball chase playstyle that Senzo's talking about. It's something that will catch a lot of. I think the season 8, season 7 RLCS EU teams would definitely been caught off guard by that because they're used to more methodical play, slower play. Not used to just teams who are just willing to go for absolutely everything. And third man doesn't matter. I'm committing. I'm joining the attack. And you're like, oh no, their third man is aerialing. I didn't see that coming.
Yeah,
but yeah. Hopefully that day will come soon, and we can find out, and we can all see if that turns out to be accurate. Until then, how are you gonna stay motivated to keep grinding and stay ready?
Well, honestly, by motivating, I play Call of Duty Search and Destroy. That's how I keep getting motivated at the game. Honestly, I just don't play the game that often. Just I think half an hour, an hour a day. Sometimes I take a week break. I don't know how Amateur Colored plays Rocket League that often when they don't have a purpose, beside Goldmine, of course, that's about to happen in late October. But yeah, me on the other hand, I just need a big tournament to play. Otherwise, I'm just gonna play free play for like 15 minutes and then just hop up and go play Call of Duty or watch Netflix. That's all.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, Scrub struggled when he wasn't allowed to play in RLCS motivationally for a little while. I don't know how long. I mean, there was a small period of time where he wasn't able to stream and play RLCS, right? Or wait, actually,
both. When he was 12, he couldn't stream and he couldn't play RLCS.
And then there was also a period of time where he was still streaming, but he couldn't
3
play.
years when he couldn't play. Yeah.
But he couldn't play, and I think there was some valleys there for him in terms of motivation, as well, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean,
yeah, definitely,
totally makes sense.
The difference is, of course, he knew at the end of that he could play.
Yeah,
so
for sure,
it was like a delay,
light at the end of the tunnel.
Is that what's frustrating, Senzo? Is that you guys just don't know when or if you'll ever be allowed to play in that major competition?
Yeah, exactly. It's just we're kind of lacking of playing as a team. It's kind of frustrating too, to be honest. And like,
so sorry, no, continue.
Speaking of Vodafone in a bit, a while ago, we used to like beat them, and we were like not even close serious. But now, even in the scrims, they're like beating us almost every game because they're like improving every day. It's kind of sucks, to be honest. Like seeing everyone is improving while we playing rank or not playing at all. So I'm kind of demotivated. Me, I don't know about anyone else. So yeah, I think I envy the others for being able to play in RCS, but still, I'm hoping the best for them in their journey. So yeah.
Well, so if you, and this is an if, by the way, I honestly don't know, and I'm purely speculating when we have this conversation. But if you were told one day that Middle East will never play in RLCS, would you stop? Would you just quit Rocket League?
As a professional, yeah, definitely.
It makes sense. Yeah, I think that's a very true. I think you and a lot of other people as well, yeah, would probably just quit, because there's that hope that you can compete in the future, and I think it's keeping a lot of people going, keeping a lot of people playing, and staying at that top level. But for now, it's just a waiting game. I think the patience is real, and I think that's the ultimate grind. Really, the grind that these players are on is the hardest grind that any Rocket League player's ever been on, because they're grinding in the hope that one day, before they stop grinding, they'll be able to play in that top tier competition. I think it's even harder than the grind Scrub Killer did, where he knew, okay, well, 3 years later, I'll at least in 3 years I'll be able to play. He did tell me, actually. I remember I talking to Scrub, and he's thinking, oh, I wonder if I'm going to be too bad in 3 years. What if I've fallen off and I'm not good enough?
Yeah. He was worried about turning into Marky.
yeah, he's worried. What if I get washed up like Marky did? Marky like peaked, won the world championship, and became washed all in this time span that Scrub wasn't allowed to play RLCS. Scrub was too worried. He's like, oh no, what if I turn out like Marky? He was genuinely like, and not even joking. He's like, oh no, what if I do? What if I'm like Marky? What if when I'm allowed to play, I'm trash? It's hilarious. But I really hope that you're not, Senzo. I hope that you guys still can play at that top level, and show everybody what you're capable of. Because I'm a believer for sure, 100%, and I'm rooting for you guys. But yeah, until then, what do you think? There's any other RLCS teams? You mentioned Giants, but are there any other RLCS teams that you think play the style? NRG, Giants, two teams you mentioned. Who else plays like that SRG style?
I'm not sure, honestly, but I think we scrimmed against Mouse, who's currently Team Liquid. I think their playstyle is kind of similar to ours, and I don't know, I felt like they're playing a 3-man offense. I don't know about the others, honestly. I don't watch like that ton as much. But yeah.
Who do you think the best players are right now?
That's a tough question, honestly. Like in NA or in general, in like all regions.
Just whichever you prefer.
I think it has to be from NRG. I'm an NRG fanboy, man. It has to be from him. I think either Justin, all of them, honestly. Justin, Squishy Garrett, maybe. Or maybe Sis too. Sis is nutty.
Sis, best
Yeah, he's
player.
nutty too. Yeah, he could be. I
Senzo.
mean,
Pause.
yeah.
Hold on. We need to get this on record. I asked you, who are the best players in Rocket League? And you just said Sis.
I said it could be Sis. Maybe not.
Definitely not Sis. Are you joking, mate?
No, but honestly, I think.
Have you watched Sis play?
I mean, not on the stream, no, but maybe that was a suggestion. I don't know. Maybe it could be
That's
the best
cool.
player.
That's cool. Do you think
I love that. I think
Jesse
Sis
must
is
be
such a
really
nice
upset
guy.
now?
You didn't want to leave Sis
Wait,
out.
I was talking about
Sis-
NA
yeah,
only,
Sis
by the
too.
way.
NA
I was talking
only,
about
okay.
yeah, but it was definitely Jesse. Definitely.
Jesse, were you?
Without a second thoughts, too.
So NA best player Sis, EU best player Jesse.
Yeah, it has to be.
Wow. That would be a great team. Senzo, Jesse, Sis. Oh my goodness.
A dream team, man. I would ditch Card for them.
Oh, that's amazing. That's actually so funny. Yeah,
Well, what do you
this
think,
is,
Johnny? Should we head into the dessert round?
I think so. I think we've got pretty complete.
Have
like,
you written
background.
dessert in here because you've misspelled it?
Did I? Oh,
Yeah.
I wrote desert.
Yeah, the desert round. I mean, we are
The
talking to
desert
a Middle
round.
Eastern player, but I don't think we need to go that far. Okay,
I did. Yeah, that was my bad. Sorry about that.
no problem.
I agree with you.
All right, Senzo, this is the dessert round. Basically, what we do during this round is we go through and we ask you, sort of what we try to ask, at least interesting questions, and go through a couple different things here. So, I think, Johnny, you added this one. I don't know if you want to say it first or you want me to do it.
Oh yeah, go for it, Matt.
Yeah, so tell us something that we don't know about the couple Middle Eastern players. So Ahmad, Khalid, and AMS or AMS. AMS? AMS?
Yes, since he's here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry, AMS.
What? Something about what? Like, in what
Tell
way?
us something that we don't know. Johnny, do you care to clarify, Johnny? What are you interested in?
It's flexible, What? Tell us something that we might be interested to hear that we don't know about your teammates. You can expose them if you want to, but it's optional.
I mean, besides Khalid is probably the best Middle Eastern player in Dead by Daylight too. Ahmed gets always tilty in 1v1.
We already knew that.
Yeah.
Ahmed quit
AMS
Salt Line qualifiers after qualifier 1, or is it qualifier 2? I think he quit.
Yeah.
He gave up
And
his
it's like-
spot. Too tilting.
Yeah, and I'm sorry to say, but one time he was like doing a screen share and playing Rocket League 1v1, and it was another time, and he was like doing a face cam too. So when he lost, he smashed the table, and the phone went off. So he was literally locked off in this squad. So I'm sorry I had to say it, but it was so funny back then.
That's hilarious. Wow,
So
the Middle Eastern Jesse.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So Khalid, the best Dead by Daylight player in the Middle East. Is there a Dead by Daylight like rank leaderboard? I don't really know how that works.
No, I don't know. I don't play that game that often, but there was a tournament and still going. I think the finals is happening on Saturday. By the way,
Wait, what?
What?
There's a Dead by
It's-
Daylight tournament, and Khaled's
Yeah.
in it, and he's in the finals this weekend.
yeah, he's popping off. Honestly, yeah, he's still good at the game.
Off in Dead by Daylight. Is it a one like solo game where everybody's against each other, or are there teams?
No, I think there are 4 members and 2 rounds. The first round is 4 members playing, and the second round, the killer and 1 member have to play on this team.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he's popping up as a survivor. Honestly, that's so good.
Popping up as a survivor. Oh man, Khalid is actually the second coming of Coxer. There's nobody knows anything about him, and he's just like got no social media presence at all. Doesn't stream, and everybody's like, he's good at this. Is like do you remember when Coxer turned out to be an amazing Tekken 7 player, or was it Tekken? I don't know.
Yeah, he was like a pro Tekken player.
Yeah, he was like a pro Tekken player before he played Rocket League, before he played SARP. He was actually a semi-pro in another game.
He was
This
good.
is
That's how
actually
he met
Khalid.
his girlfriend, right? Like, I don't know if they're still
think
together
so.
or not. Like, she saw him playing Tekken and
Yeah.
was like a fan.
Yeah,
Something
he's like,
like
oh my
that.
goodness, look at this guy's hands.
It's like, okay, classic cucks. Classic cucks.
Frankie,
But yeah,
5
but
hands.
everybody just wants to know more about them because they're just like, they don't tell anybody anything.
Well, especially Khaled, because he's just not. Senzo, you tweet a bit, and Ahmed streams a bunch. So I think people know you guys a bit better, and nobody knows anything about Khaled. He's in a Dead by Daylight tournament, and he's popping off. You heard it here
Can you
first,
please
guys.
share some links with us?
Yeah, where
to like his
where can we watch this?
standings? Like we would appreciate some follow up on this. This would be great.
Does he have a Wikipedia page for Dead by Daylight as well?
No,
If
I
not,
don't
then
think so.
why not? We need to get one.
I had it.
Where can people watch that tournament? Because I know people want to watch now. They want to watch Khaled and Dead by Daylight.
Yeah, but I think it's an Arabic cast. I don't think
That's okay.
It's
It's
totally fine. It's for the
totally
best.
fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll send the link whenever
Okay.
you want.
Perfect. Thank
So
you.
you should send it in Twitch chat, so if everybody watching can save it for later.
Now or
Yeah, go for it.
You just send it to me in Discord and I can post it. I think you'll get
Okay.
blocked by Nightbot.
I'm almost I can almost guarantee that somebody in Twitch chat is like, oh, I really hope I get the link for this. I can't wait to go watch. Is his name in Dead by Daylight the same as Khaled?
yeah.
That's a really good question. Is he a killer or survivor main?
Survivor, I think.
Nice. That's hilarious that that's a thing.
I know.
Amazing.
Well, I watched Ahmed stream it sometimes. He just streams Dead by Daylight, and they're always like just easily winning. Like they're taunting the guy trying to kill them. They're like running up behind him and stuff. I'm like, okay, I don't know what they're saying because they're all speaking Arabic, but they're having a great time laughing and winning easily every time I've seen him stream this. So yeah, they must be pretty good.
That's hilarious.
Which survivor says King Spectre? Do you happen to know the answer to that one, Senzo?
No, I don't know. I don't know the names of the survivors, but he's too good at offending the opponents. He's just flashing and teabagging on them. He's toxic on Dead by Daylight.
He's toxic on Dead by Daylight.
Oh,
Yeah.
He's a new
But
man.
only if they start first. Only if they start.
that's hilarious.
Only if they start, then he's toxic back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
it's
toxic
like-
back.
That
It's like
respect.
Salt Mine
That's
2
how I
all
do
over
it.
again.
That's how I do it.
That's
Yeah.
like the Astral quick chat spam followed by triple what a save all over again.
Yeah.
I bet it happens more often in Dead by Daylight.
Yeah.
Yeah, the opposite of a Rocket playstyle, exactly. It's opposite. It's this his alter ego. That's hilarious. Right, Senzo, what do we not know about you? What's your secret game that you're good at? Or the secret in general?
I play Call of Duty. I don't want to be flippant, but I think I'm good at the game.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Whoa.
remember.
Are you playing
Whoa.
the beta, the Cold War beta today?
No, I watched the trailer, and besides, it's 200 gigabytes. It would take like 2 weeks to be completed. I might finish this 200.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I'm kind of good. I remember one time I played it was like a challenge, me against Onyx and Ahmed, like my friends against theirs, and I easily smashed them with my MP5.
Nice.
So
Yeah, it's a take that, Ahmed. Not even close.
Get smashed, mate.
So we've got the link right here for the Dead by Daylight tournament. What's Khaled's team called?
Okala, it's the same name.
No, does he have a team?
Oh, the name. Oh, okay, sorry. Jinx, the team's name.
His team name is Jinx.
Yeah.
Yes, the most recent video streamed 1 day ago. Try H versus Jinx. Oh, I'm
Amazing.
gonna watch this. And then we have 5 days ago. 5L versus Jinx. Oh, guys, everybody watching's indebted to you, Senzo. They've got hours of content that they can go and watch of something they didn't even know they wanted to see, but now they do. 3 Jinx games, guys. You got 3 videos here. 3 videos that you can go watch
Wow.
later on.
Incredible stuff. All right. What about your favorite? I'm going to just ask you about your Rocket League favorites. Like, what's your favorite car that you don't main?
Phoenix for sure.
Okay. What about your favorite decal?
I don't know. I think Stripes or I don't know. But most of the time, the
classic.
Yeah, or sometimes the default decal.
Okay.
I think everyone knows in here.
Stocktane action. What
Yeah.
about boost? What's your favorite boost?
Alpha Boost, definitely.
What's second place?
I don't know, honestly. I think Standard Boost.
Nope. Nice. What about wheels? What's your favorite wheels?
Cristiano's, Black DC's,
Mm-hmm.
I think Alpha Wheels too.
Okay.
And the Tonicas, of course.
A true squishy fanboy. With the
What do you mean?
no decal, dark, octane, alpha boost, Cristianos. This is like, it's either that or just the typical 1v1 main car, actually, is what that is.
Well, I mean, it used to be once playing.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. This must go back to the 1v1 days.
Yeah, exactly.
Very basic Octane.
Very
you've always
predictable.
been an Octane guy. Even when everybody was switching to Fennec, you were still the Octane player. And then,
I think I pop off a Fennec some. I think I'm mechanically good in the Fennec because I don't know. I feel like the card is too small and it helps me in the air. So, but most likely I play for Octane. I just want to play a slow pace because I'm just doing all the work when it comes to like playing mechanically.
so if you log in a Rocket League and you're in the main menu, then Hamid invites you to a party and he's in the Dominus, you're like, okay, yeah, definitely an Octane day. We're not playing Fennec today. And he's in Ahmed in a long car. You can't be going crazy. It's too much.
Yeah.
Right, Matt. Do you want to explain the next section?
Yeah. So this is a game called Team Demo Ranked. So we'll give you 3 players, and you tell us which player you would want to team with. So that means like, okay, I really like playing with this player. I want to be on their team. Which player you would demo, which means you don't really want to play with them, and then which player you would play ranked with, which is like, you're fun to queue with and play ranked with every now and then, but I'm not gonna be on a team with you, basically. Make sense?
Okay, yeah, sure.
Okay, first team, Vodafone Giants, team demo ranked.
I think Zamu. It has to be Zamu. The guy is a demo, not a guy.
For team?
Or what, for team?
Oh, I meant as a demo. What are the options again?
Team, demo, ranked.
A demo, yeah, for sure, demo.
Demo. Why?
I mean, I don't play against him that often, but sometimes when like Ems and Ahmed do a share in Discord, they always play against him, and he always try to demo them. So yeah, he's always playing aggressive. So yeah, it has to be him.
Gotta hit him back. Okay. So what about team and rank then? You have to team with one of Stake and Tox, and then you have to play ranked with the other one.
I think I'm gonna have to choose Tox because
for which?
I think he's like to team up with.
Okay.
Because I think he's like a threes player. He always try to pass. I like that kind of thing. I don't want to like sweat and rank. I just want to have fun, run my Spotify and chilling. Not just demo all the time and try to steal their boost. Just want to chill.
So Stake is ranked. Is that what the
Tox definitely.
Tox is ranked, and then Stake. Yeah. You're teaming with Stake.
No, I'm teaming with Tox. But
no, you can't team and ranked with the same player. You have to team
choose.
With one of them.
It's a game of choices.
You team with one of them for tournaments, and then you just play ranked casually with the other one.
Okay, I'm gonna have to like play ranked with Stake definitely then.
Okay. Nice. And why ranked with Stake?
Because I think he wants to win more than ever. He's like desperately want the MMR, so this is the only way to like play chess, honestly. So yeah, gonna have to choose him.
Okay, what about NRG then? Same thing. You have to team with one of them, you have to demo the other, and ranked with the third.
Okay, this is a tough question, honestly. I'm gonna have to pick Gertie. Fuck it.
For what?
Team up with.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think we have I don't know, like the play I don't know. I think he plays as a threes. Try to pull everything down in the midfield, and that's what I do sometimes when I play that in college. So yeah, he's not either like an offense or defense player. So yeah, kind of like him. Now I want to team with him on this matter.
Okay. All right, so then who do you demo and who do you play ranked with? Squishy and Justin.
Justin, it has to be Justin.
For?
Demo or play ranked with.
Which one?
No, you have to do one of them. You have to one of each.
Is it separated? Oh, okay.
Yeah, separated.
Demo then.
Demoing Justin. Nice.
Yeah.
Wow, true squishy fanboy, like super squishy fanboy. That's interesting. So you're gonna play ranked with Squishy. Dream come true.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I had to pick it up.
Have you ever played ranked with Squishy?
No, but I played against him 1v1 like on his stream. I think 1 year ago or so.
Oh,
He was
really?
like doing a viewer tournament, and I came up against him at the semifinals. I lost against him 1-2. It was a best of 3, and I was like playing on 220 ping.
I was gonna say US East ping is not going to be too great for Middle East players.
Yeah, exactly. But I had to try.
Yeah.
I say that, but actually, Khaled did manage to beat Lion Blaze twice and Chronic twice on the US East server in Salt Mine 1 somehow. I don't know how. He had like 160 ping and he still beat them more than they beat him on their home server. But that's just, Khaled things.
Mm-hmm.
He was a bit ahead of the game.
Okay, so
I like the addition at the end here. This is very good.
you can't do their own teammates. The teammates
Very
is
good, very good.
okay. So this is not an actual team, but this is 3 players. So again, choose one for team, one for demo, one to play ranked with. Jesse, Sizz, and Booty 44.
Okay, it's difficult when it comes to Booty and what's the other guy?
Jesse,
yeah.
Jesse, Sizz, and Booty. I mean, these guys are all washes.
Okay. I would love to team up with Jesse as a team.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think that would be like?
He's too good. He always scares me when I play with him too. So yeah, I kind of need him.
Makes sense.
Yeah, when it comes to like rank thingy, I have to pick Woody because he's nuts. And says when it comes to the demo because he's underrated when it comes to like demo and others.
Okay.
So you're gonna demo him because he's underrated for demoing.
Yeah, I gotta challenge him on that one. I'm a Middle Eastern player, man. It's nothing.
That's like the nicest logic ever for demoing somebody. Usually it's just like, oh well, he's the only one left, so I'm gonna demo him. But no, Senzo's got a reason. Gonna demo that guy. Oh wow, Matt, you're drinking Arak for the Senzo episode. That makes sense.
Yeah. I was inspired.
That's all of the team demo rank teams that
that was a good one. That was a good one. I like that.
It was, yeah.
I like that. Well, Senzo, thank you very much for joining us. Really appreciate it. Hope you had a good experience, good time.
It's been a pleasure being on the show, though.
Awesome. Where can people follow you?
RL Senzo, definitely.
On Twitter, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
What about on Twitch so people can watch the lag gameplay?
It's twitch.tv/live Senzo.
So just Senzo on Twitch, easy peasy.
Yeah.
All the links are in the chat there, folks.
Oh, there they are. Fantastic. And YouTube as well.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you.
Is this just freestyler montages? What is this?
It's a best of Senzo and mana montage. It's farming content.
I'm gonna subscribe. I didn't even know that you did this much YouTube content.
Thanks,
I had no idea. That's very cool.
That's good stuff.
More content for the community to go watch.
Good stuff.
After they're done watching Khaled Dead by Daylight videos.
Oh man,
that's actually the best thing to discover. My goodness,
it is very, very good stuff.
Competitive Dead by Daylight. That's so funny. The lengths that Khaled is willing to go to while waiting for RLCS Middle East.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and do the outro. I'm gonna pull you out just like in the start of the podcast. Thanks again, Senzo, for being here. Thank you, Johnny, as usual. Have a good night, boys.
Good night, chat.
Your turn, man.
Thanks for listening to this episode featuring Senzo from Team SRG. If you guys like this episode, I think you'll also like the episode with Extra explaining the dominant season that Team BDS is having, so be sure to check that out. To keep up with the rest of the episodes and all the other content that I'm making, head over to smelly.af and sign up for the newsletter. First issue is going to go out today and will be going out weekly from here on out. Thanks for listening again, and may your week be salt-free.